The family is an international Christian fellowship dedicated to sharing God's word and love with others. We in the family seek to comfort, help, and minister to those in need, endeavoring to follow the model of Jesus, who said his ministry was to preach the gospel to the poor, to heal the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to set at liberty those who are oppressed, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Lord. The following is a brief overview of some of the family's recent worldwide ministries. The heart of man is the same the world over. No matter what our country, what our religion, or what color our skin is, our desires and need for love and peace and happiness are God-created and the same in man the world over. What everybody needs is love. This is still God's solution, even in such a confused and complicated world as we live in today. Here are just a few of the many examples of what the family has recently been doing to show God's love by their actions and help make this world a better place. The family in India has been ministering to the disadvantaged for over 2 decades now. From working with orphans in Bombay, to visiting prisoners in Bangalore, to ministering to the deaf in Delhi, family volunteers have given much to help those in need here. One of the family's most far-reaching ministries in both India and Pakistan has been amongst the deaf. Though these talented people have much to offer, they are usually overlooked or ignored by society and so have little or no hope for life. Over the last several years, the family has been helping to teach them skills from childcare to a standard sign language and to encourage them that they can still achieve a lot in their lives. Training seminars for the deaf have been held in many major cities in India, and since this work began, the family has assisted in training hundreds of the hearing impaired, who are now helping to reach out to the other 11 million deaf people on the Indian subcontinent. Disaster relief is another very important aspect of the family's volunteer work. In September of 1993, a killer earthquake striking Latur in India's Maharashtra state claimed over 35,000 lives and uprooted 500,000 people. Along with distributing dehydrated foods, biscuits, toys, and clothing that they had collected from various donors, the family's spiritual comfort and counseling was uniquely appreciated.
They distributed laughter, they distributed goodwill, they distributed love, which the victims needed very badly. I, on behalf of the Red Cross and on behalf of the victims, wholeheartedly thank the team of the family who have given their best to the victims.
Family members often volunteer as relief workers at disaster sites around the world. In the aftermath of the Los Angeles earthquake in 1994, family adults and teens worked alongside members from relief organizations to provide speedy assistance to the most needy victims. In Cuenca, Ecuador, family members quickly responded to help flood victims by distributing food and clothing, their work receiving recognition from Ecuador's President Sixto Durán Ballín. And in Thailand, after the Royal Plaza Hotel disaster in the northeastern city of Korat, the family provided comfort to the survivors and bereaved families. In Russia, family members spend much of their time counseling and offering words of comfort to the many despondent and dispirited youth.
I saw that, nobody needs me, and why I live here, what is the reason, what I have to do, and I thought maybe there is no reason.
There is a lot of people around who are unhappy and they're searching something that can help them, and I think that the love of Jesus is the only thing that really can help people.
I received Jesus and he saved me, and he really changed my life, and he gave me a wonderful family, he gave me joy, he gave me happiness.
The family also stages free concerts to spread the message of God's love to this nation. Family volunteers have also braved the notorious Siberian winters to bring God's love to others. Activities range from visiting orphanages to prisons, where against the darkness of despair, God's love seems to shine even brighter and brings renewed faith and hope. In addition to sharing the gospel throughout many areas of Siberia, the family is distributing several hundred tons of donated international relief aid. Here, the family loads a shipment of food in Moscow, and 5 days and 4,000 kilometers later, unloads it in Novosibirsk. The vice mayor of Akademgorodok was extremely grateful for the family's help.
We received this aid, and we are very happy to begin to work to take this food to our babies who need this.
Working together with the local government, the family distributed the food aid to various hospitals, orphanages, and to needy families.
They are bringing food for the patients and also medical help. Right now is a very difficult time for Russia, so any help is very important. This mission on which the family came to Russia is a very big job and very needed here.
I really am thankful to these people that were able to help our children to at least be able to try this food project. And I really am asking if you are able to please help with more.
And in far eastern and central Siberia, the family has delivered thousands of dollars worth of medical supplies obtained from donors in Japan and Australia. The family has been active in South America for over 20 years and has centers in nearly all the countries of the continent. One of the family's many ministries in South America has been visiting orphanages and institutes for the handicapped, such as here at the Roman Rosselli Municipal Institute for the Blind in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The family stages free performances regularly at such places and, when possible, distributes donated food and clothing. A major and increasing problem facing many nations today is juvenile crime. In Brazil, teenagers from the family visit and provide counseling for some of the hardest of young criminals.
The work the family has done here in a short time is astounding. The family is changing the lives of these troubled young people who have committed crimes. They've gotten involved in the personal lives of these youth. The family has brought them faith and hope, and these young people are going to be thankful and grateful for the rest of their lives.
In addition to working with the youth, the family has held training seminars for the staff members of the correctional institutes.
These are receiving training from the family, and we are very appreciative of the help they have given us.
The family is working with troubled youth in many parts of the world, showing that God's love has an answer for every problem.
And then Jesus is coming in.
In the United States, Stephen Kossman, president of the National Juvenile Detention Association, commended the family teens for their good influence.
What these kids were was happy, content, full of purpose, smiles on their face, warmth in their heart. It was very clear that they were doing something that they believed in, and that they were very much a part of.
The family teens found that these former gang members, though usually hard and skeptical, were willing to listen to their counseling and accept their guidance.
They appreciate it, and they listen, because they see people who care about what they're doing and care about them.
In North America, from centers in over 24 cities, the family reaches out to help others. Due to the current recession in America, one of the family's more recent ministries here has been to help feed the poor and homeless. One of the family's such programs in the nation's capital is delivering bread that has been donated by bakeries to various homeless shelters.
We've been able to distribute in many different soup kitchens, either House of Ruth, which is a homeless shelter for women, DC Kitchen, which feeds about 1,500 people.
It enhanced our operation because we need bread daily here at the shelter. We have 1,400 residents, and the residents require food every day. And some places do not provide us food, but the family comes along and fulfill that gap. As long as this shelter and DC Kitchen is in operation, I think we'll be a great team.
The family's Christmas outreach in America, as in other parts of the world, holds a special place in the hearts of those they meet as they minister the greatest gift of all, God's love. In 1993, for the second year running, a singing troupe from the family performed in the White House during the Christmas season. The family's music ministry offers a message of love and hope, from the White House to shelters for the homeless. The family spends many hours ministering to the homeless, and more so at this special time of year.
This was the most spectacular evening, the greatest Christmas party we have ever had, all due to these wholesome, wonderful youngsters. It was a treat for all of us, and we thank you so much for coming.
When you came in here, everybody came together as one. And I have never seen that done for the last 100 days I've been here. They look like the guardian angels that God sent us.
Yesterday I cried, today I sing and laugh and smile.
The family has also been active in Japan for the last 20 years. The family here uses many methods to teach about Jesus and proclaim God's love, such as at their Christmas concerts, at seminars on communications and personal relations, or on the streets at Tokyo's Yoyogi Park, where every Sunday an amazing transformation takes place amongst the many Japanese youth who flock here. Many simply are looking for something more than their stress-driven world has to offer. The family stages free concerts and can be found here each week to offer a spiritual solution to their many questions. The family also offers a service to young couples who find themselves struggling to cope with the difficulties of raising children. This program includes video instruction, a hotline for phone counseling, and seminars where child care techniques are demonstrated. The adjustment that many older people face in the loss of their health and strength is minor compared to the pain of being separated from loved ones who are no longer able to care for them. We have found that young people hold a special key to their hearts, and so one of the family's most rewarding ministries around the world continues to be visiting homes for the elderly. The family regularly visits to bring love, cheer, and companionship to senior citizens.
There was just a sense of caring and presence and joy that permeated the room. And then when they began to sing, their hearts were so in it, and it just made such a difference in the lives of the persons who were participating. I guess the best way to say it was when one of the gentlemen, who was about 83, was leaving that night, he came to me and he said, "I don't know when I've ever experienced such joy, and I think the only way I can experience the same degree of joy or more would be to cross over, to go to heaven."
The family has produced an array of videos that have won acclaim internationally. These shows were originally conceived and developed by family members hoping to offer wholesome alternatives to much of today's television programming. Everyone involved in these projects, including the actors and production staff, are full-time volunteer family members or their children. Often used as teaching materials, but also watched for fun and entertainment by children around the world, these videos have been translated into 17 different languages. The Christmas Joy Kitty Video, for example, was the first Christmas message ever to be broadcast on nationwide television in the former Soviet Union. And in Russia today, as in other parts of the world, the family videos continue to provide a welcome change in children's television programming.
It has something that everybody needs, values that are most important everywhere in the world. The goodness and kindness, joy, tenderness. Kitty videos give children hope and a new outlook on the world.
educators from many countries are incorporating the Treasure Attic and Kitty Vitty videos into their curriculum. Psychologist and teacher Dr. Erica Gilly reports a case of an unhappy, neglected child who improved remarkably after watching the family videos.
The first thing which really I could feel what changed that girl was watching that videos like the Treasure Attic, and I saw her imitating like the good things, you know, the laughing, the smiling. It was a wonderful change.
Many businesses and individuals have sponsored the cost of these videos, which the family then distributes to institutes, orphanages, and needy schools in various countries. In Thailand, family members continue in their work of helping to meet both the physical and spiritual needs of many. One aspect of the work is visiting orphanages, bringing food, clothing, and other supplies. At the Watsakau orphanage alone, the family is helping over 2,000 needy orphans. The family was also able to secure a donation of many gallons of paint and worked alongside the children to help renovate and paint the buildings. One of the things the orphans seem to appreciate the very most are the lively performances the family teens have been doing to encourage them and lift their spirits.
The results have been marvelous because they are people that truly care for the individual.
At one of the country's drug rehabilitation centers, the family has been working to improve conditions.
Basically, it's just to work alongside them to make their environment better, but it brings a certain closeness. Will confide in us, they'll open their hearts, they can talk to us, and then we can help them with their problems. You just see miracles happen before your eyes, and you see people's lives change, you see them have hope, and to me it's the most rewarding thing that I could ever see or feel. It's beautiful.
I feel really happy that there are some people who are concerned about us. Even though we're bad people, you've all really encouraged us, and you didn't look down on us because we're drug addicts. You've made me very happy in many different ways, and we're all very glad that you came.
I'd like to thank the family all over the world for giving love and happiness to me and all of us.
And at this center for former prostitutes, the family is reaching out to these broken, dejected souls and helping them to find the courage to start a new life.
It's like lighting a fire that has once gone out, a fire of hope, rekindling a flame of hope that their lives can really improve. It brings them back to life and puts a smile on their face.
When they attend a function or endeavor to help someone, they make a change. I think the family is action, not just words, and I highly recommend their activities very much.
In recent years, following the collapse of communism, the family has been freer to carry on their work of ministering to the underprivileged in Eastern Europe, such as here at this orphanage in Romania. At the Children's Heart Center Hospital in Warsaw, the family's visits have been the source of hope and encouragement to hundreds of sick children.
In our hospital, we treat exceptionally hard and complicated cases. Each visit gives our patients a lot of joy. I think showing them about God and faith is very important for our patients, especially because we deal here with very severe diseases and also with children who are conscious they're going to die. You could see for yourselves the children's reaction. The songs cheered them, encouraged them. They liked the show so much they didn't want to let the singers go. It was so heartwarming to see our sick patients brightened and inspired.
Andrzej Jagodzinski has been internationally recognized for his sacrificial work with Poland's homeless. The family has been assisting him in his ministry.
I believe that the answer for the homeless is not only material help, but there is the second, deeper level. The whole clue of the matter is love. Even a drop of love, let's say, from a perfect stranger, can turn out to be a seed that sometime in the future will bring fruit. Since I've worked with the homeless for 4 years, the only ones who have seriously affected them have been your young people. When I first met your young people, I was at the point of giving up on this work. I thought it's no use. Let someone else do it. But then they appeared and strengthened and helped me very much. I felt like I had friends. Their showing up was a big beam of sunshine. Whenever I think of them, I feel better in my soul. For me personally, it's been very important.
Helping refugees is another aspect of the family's work. In Southeast Asia, the family continues their ministry among the displaced Karen people. Bringing as much as they can possibly manage to this mountainous region separating Burma and Thailand, family volunteers regularly make the journey. The gifts of shoes, clothing, and other items donated by concerned sponsors are received with grateful hearts. In Hungarian refugee camps for people displaced by the war in former Yugoslavia, the family puts on programs for the children to help them overcome the trauma of their recent hardships.
I am very grateful that I've had the opportunity to meet the family because what they are doing is very rare, trying to make the childhood of these children happy. Each meeting the children have with the family is significant for them and does them much good.
But the wounds of war seem to affect the adults even more deeply.
I was unable to talk to anyone and express how I felt inside the last time I looked at my house.
It's really heartbreaking what these people are going through, you know, like, I just can't imagine how terrible it is, you know. But they're very thankful for any attention we give them, you know, like, we give them love and understanding and we're listening to them, you know. It's just, sometimes we cry together.
Do you think about these people when you come home?
Oh yes, I pray for them all the time.
The family is working in refugee camps in Slovenia, Croatia, and Hungary, distributing the basic necessities that have been donated to us for this purpose. But most importantly, they minister encouragement, understanding, and lend a listening ear.
We are supplied with enough material essentials, but what we need most is love. It feels good to be loved and to know somebody cares about me.
They really like us to come there and spend time with them. They appreciate anybody who could come and talk to them. Just to sit down and say, I am here for you, not because of somebody else or something else. I'm just here because of you. I want to hear your story.
I could speak with them freely, easily, without any problems, and that helps me a lot.
When I see them, I feel as if some of my relatives have come to visit me. They love and care for me, and I am so grateful.
They are always happy. They are not sad in any situation, and that helps me be happier too. They are very good friends.
It's really fulfilling when you know that you're helping somebody, that you're able to help somebody be happier and smile after a couple of years not smiling and being happy.
Many people told me that it's just beautiful to have somebody to talk to. Somebody who understands them, who is not condemning them, who is not trying to change them, but just somebody who can listen to them and be a friend.
There is no difficulty that enough love will not conquer. No hurt that enough love will not heal. No door that enough love will not open. No wall that enough love will not throw down. No matter how deeply seated may be the trouble, how hopeless the outlook, how muddled the tangle, sufficient love will solve it all. In order to continue with our ministry, we need assistance in many forms. If you can help support us with finances, goods, or services that will enable us to continue reaching out to help others, we know that God will bless you in return. Although countless lives have been encouraged, helped, and salvaged through our ministry, we cannot accomplish all the work that is yet before us without the aid of concerned individuals and organizations who see the need and are willing to help. Our members are ready, willing, and trained, and have earned acclaim for their dedication, resourcefulness, and perseverance despite formidable challenges and circumstances. We just need the material and financial resources to enable us to carry on. Can you help? Nothing the heart gives away is lost. It is kept in the heart of others.